morning, friends and family. We are northern Colorado heading up to Nebraska, and it is snowy and 8 degrees, and Alex is driving and he's sleepy. Just waiting for my time to reset so that we can swap. So morning, Virginia. Morning, sister. Say good morning to Virginia and sister.
Hello, girls.
Anyway, so we are on our way to, our load is near Chicago. And we have about probably 19-20 hours left to get there. Miss you too. Let me see. Not a lot's been going on. We just been driving. So, well, yesterday was an eventful day. So first of all, let me tell you about why I didn't go live yesterday. So we had our load yesterday that we were delivering at Sam's Club and at 3 a.m. But Sam's their receiving doesn't open up because it was actually at a store. It didn't receive, the receiving doesn't open until 4 a.m. So we had to sit there to wait to be able to deliver. So 4 a.m. came, we delivered, picked up our empty, and then we had to go to the Salt Lake City terminal because the truck was it like 48,000 miles now? And we have a service B, which is checking filters, change oil, check the truck. And that was scheduled at 8 a.m. So we went to the Salt Lake City terminal, but we got there so early. Alex dropped me off at the driver lounge, and I did laundry, and he took the truck over to see if we could get in early, which we did. They did accept the truck at 7 a.m., which was cool. And then Alex came over, got a shower, I did the laundry. Then we went, they have a little restaurant. We went over and had like breakfast. And then we came back to the driver lounge and just waiting. It wasn't until like almost noon before we got the truck. Was it around noon? Yeah, about noon when the truck was ready. So then we went and got the truck, and we had they sent us a load, the one that we have now. So I was getting ready. Alex went to bed because he drove all night and was awake. Alex went to bed, and I was getting ready to leave, and I got a call from Swift Security stating that I was on the random list for random alcohol screen while I was at the terminal. So they had me go over to the clinic, and I had to do a breathalyzer. Of course, we know that was fine. It came out 0.00. But then, that took like another half hour away from our time. So then we finally got over to pick up our load at Saya, finally at 3 o'clock. But then we were getting ready to pull out, and we checked the tires. We had a flat tire in the frickin' trailer. So then I had to go back to Swift because it was drive worthy, and we were only 4 miles from the Swift terminal. But so then we had to go back to the Swift terminal and wait for them to get out of the meeting, and then come change the tire. While they were doing that, I also needed to scale the load to make sure that we were okay on our tandems. I checked my weather. I always check my weather on my route. And going through Wyoming, there was a high wind warning. Winds were 30 to 50 miles an hour with gusts up to 70 miles an hour, which will tip over the truck. standing still, that kind of gust will push the truck over. So I tried to call my driver leader. I was on hold for 45 minutes. Finally, Alex and I talked, and I decided I was going to reroute and go down through Grand Junction and then up from Denver, go 70 to Denver, and then 76 up to Nebraska to cut out Wyoming completely. While I was in the process of doing that, I hung up and tried to call my driver leader back again. She's like, I don't know why you've been holding 45 minutes. I've been sitting here waiting for a call. So I sat there for 45 minutes at the terminal when I could have been rolling. So finally got on the road at 5 p.m. And she agreed that I should not have gone through Wyoming, and she agreed to my reroute and actually rerouted us in the system so we didn't show off route. And then there we go. And it's been pretty good. I mean, I drove last night, and then Alex drove, and we didn't run into any weather events or anything, no. So it's been really good. It's just cold. Looking at the weather, we were fine going all the way to our delivery in Chicago. Everything just seems to be south. So, man, yesterday was crazy. And then also, because I was off the main interstate, I was on US 6, it winds and up and down through mountains and everything. And I had really spotty service. So I know that you called me, sister. But yeah, I was in the process of going through some real windy areas and spotty service. So that's why I didn't go live yesterday. Good morning, Alicia. Say good morning to Alicia.
Good morning, Alicia.
So anyhow, that was the events yesterday that unfolded. Today has kind of been event just driving. So that's pretty good so far. They did offer us a load to go up to Wisconsin or something, but because we're not going to be available for loads until 6 a.m. because this load will get in at 4 a.m. They had us picking up at 3 a.m. So I don't know how we could magically deliver at 4 a.m. and pick up our next load an hour in the past. But it's okay because it was just a 350 mile load. It was a solo load, not a team load. So that's kind of a waste of our time to do that because we'll be sitting more than we're driving. So, but that's okay. Anyhow, so that's what's up. But we're going to pull in and swap. I'll start driving for the day, and then Alex can go to bed because he's a sleepy boy. And that's about it. Yeah, I know. I appreciate that. When I went to lay down last night, when I went to go to bed, I looked at all the messages and saw that she was worried. So I appreciate that. It's just I couldn't talk because number one, I was going through windy areas, and not only was it a windy area, it was windy downhill. So I had to really pay attention because you get going pretty quick on those hills, but then on the curves you need to be going like 45. So speed management was really important, and I had to really focus on that, especially because it was getting dark and it was pretty warm yesterday in Salt Lake. It was 47 degrees, and in the area that we were in, it had dropped from like 38 down to like 34, and at that point that melted water was starting to freeze on the roads, so I really needed to watch for slick spots and pay attention. So all right, guys. Well, I'm going to jump off here. Wanted to just give a quick update. I'm glad you guys jumped in and said good morning, and have a great day. I haven't heard my news recently, other than yesterday when I did listen to the news that I could before I got into the mountains and lost my connection. Sounds like we should all be able to start getting a vaccine after July for anybody who wants it. Hopefully we can get a little bit earlier, but numbers are starting to drop, which is good. I just hope that they don't go opening everything and having more hot spots again. But anyways, all right, guys, that's it. Make sure that you're wearing your mask, double if you can. Wash those hands, social distance. Love you. I'll talk to you later. Bye.